welcome to 2-3 Export, and it's finally here. I'm talking about the English Premier League. It's upon us, of course. It's live on us, and it's everywhere. It is the talk of the town. Not just the talk of the town. It's the worldwide gist. It's the global gist that the greatest series of all time, the English Premier League, is returning. The most exciting league in the world. Some call it the toughest league, some call it the richest league, whatever you call it. Just know that the Premier League starts today, Friday. Yep. And of course, on Friday, it starts with Arsenal away at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. Ayokla, what are you expecting?
It's the return of the English Premier League, the most exciting league in the world. There are expectations definitely, and it's a good matchup for Arsenal and Crystal Palace. It's always a tough one when Arsenal meet Crystal Palace, especially at Selhurst Park. So you have to expect something grand. This time around, it's Patrick Vieira versus Mikel Arteta. Both Arsenal players, both Arsenal midfielders, and it's not just the battle of the players. It's not just the battle of the teams. It's not just the battle of London. It's the battle of the managers too. And you have expectations from Arsenal, especially how their summer went.
Last season it didn't go too well. It didn't go too well. But I was listening to Mikel Arteta speak in his pre-match conference, and he made reference to the fact that it's a different team. They had a better pre-season. Now going into the season, Arteta talked about the fact that they are better equipped this season
yes,
than they were last season. Yes. And judging by their pre-season result, they seem to be on the right track. But pre-season is a different ball game entirely. Yeah. But when you consider the fact that Crystal Palace didn't have the full complement of all of their players because they couldn't travel with them on their tour due to COVID restrictions, yes, and some of them had injuries and all that. So Crystal Palace have only had like 10 days of active training with their main players. Yeah. When they went to Singapore, they couldn't. When they went to Australia, they couldn't get those players. Yes. When the COVID-19 restrictions were relaxed in this country, they couldn't get those players on board to come and join them. But overall, this is a clash where it's a London clash. Yeah. This is a clash where you really need to see that Arsenal have a point to prove, judging by how they lost to Crystal Palace was the start of Arsenal's fall last season.
Yes.
I remember it was Vieira who gave teams 18 or 2 about how to stop Alexander Lacazette. Now, in place of Lacazette, they have Gabriel Jesus, who doesn't look like he'll be easy to stop like Lacazette because he has more tricks up his bag. Arsenal have fortified their squad by bringing in 5 players. How ironic. Last season they brought in 7. This season last season they brought in 6. This season they brought in 5. Yeah. I mean, you have to look at how massive they are signing. Last season they brought in Ben White. They brought in Aaron Ramsey, Toki Haro, Tomiyasu. They brought in Albert Sombi Lokonga. They signed Martin Odegaard permanently. Yeah. They signed Nuno Tavares. So they had 6 players who were signed last season. This season, 5. Marquinhos, Fabio Vieira, Zichenko, Gabriel Jesus, and Matt Turner. We sometimes forget about the goalkeeper Matt Turner. So they had 5 new players, and when you add with the returning William Saliba, who looks like a new signing, you can tell that Arsenal have 45. But how well will they cope in this game? Because Crystal Palace is a very technical and well-drilled side. They don't have that individual standard player, but Vieira has succeeded in building a team, which means together everybody achieve more.
Yeah, I think when I was listening to him and talking about the game, he said Arsenal this season will have a chance to actually contest for the league, to actually challenge for it. They will be up there because Arsenal have actually fortified their squad. They have actually brought something new to the team. The manager has ambition. He shows what he wants, and this match against Crystal Palace is like a match that will show that Arsenal, how ambitious Arsenal can be. And with this match, they want to prove a point. Anything that happens against Crystal Palace will be a springboard, especially when it comes to winning the game and all. It will be a springboard for how Arsenal can cope going into the season.
But don't take too serious about Patrick Vieira's take about the fact that Arsenal could yet win the league. Vieira, after losing to Man United, wanted to cow the Manchester United fans. He didn't come up playing to say, okay, I played with my B team, I played with most of my under 20 players. He said, United have a team that can challenge next season. Yeah. In Vieira's world, everybody can challenge. But in reality, we all know challenging for the Premier League now still remains in the hands of Liverpool and Manchester City. So we're ending there now. We'll take it a wrap there now. Okay, of course, we want to see how the Premier League first game of the week will pound out. How the first game of the English Premier League season, the new English Premier League season will pound out. Everybody eyes is on it. I mean, Mikel Arteta, trying to prove that okay, all of the money I spent last season, this season is truly worth it. And then for Patrick Vieira, trying to prove that last season's performance was not just a flash in the pan. Time to make it a reality, because guess what? The storm are gathering and it will rain soon. It will rain heavily in the English Premier League. See you at the other side very soon.